Hello, hello, hello. We have a wonderful question, and that is, let me read the question to you. What are the easiest ways to improve self-esteem, and which ways require much more effort and commitment? So, everybody's looking for a quick fix. I'm a friend of a doctor, Dr. Steve Simon, who ran a pain clinic, and I spoke to him about we actually did a non-opioid pain management seminar, and I came from the perspective of Jewish mysticism and all the things that you can do. And I said to him, maybe I should, teach in your clinic. And he says, everybody today, they want a pill. Nobody's interested in doing the hard work. So Rabbi Abraham Dr. Twersky, who is really one of the foremost experts on self-esteem, and I'll link a video to him as well. Very, very good video. But effectively, what's important to understand is self-esteem means how I see myself. Now, everything that we have in life, it can be in one of three ways. Either I can see it in a positive way, or I can see it in a negative way, or I can see it in a neutral way. So for example, I walk down the street. Now, most of us haven't really thought about the ground that we walk on. Is that ground positive? Is it negative? Or is it neutral? Now, because you don't have many thoughts about it, I could actually implant concepts. For example, I could tell you the ground is the most amazing thing in the world. Without the ground, we wouldn't have trees, we wouldn't have earth, we wouldn't have people. Or I could implant negative concepts, which I don't want to. And the same thing is in life, and ironically, the same thing is with yourself. Depending on the information that you download about yourself, usually in childhood. So say you have a father, and your father wanted to, I don't know, he was angry at you because you were, I don't know, spilling all over the place. He says, you're such a klutz. So now you downloaded from a trusted source information. It's interesting. Basically, there's a lot of jealousy in this world, and the main jealousy is actually over self-esteem. So all of bullying really has one goal, which is to make you feel bad about yourself, because bullies are feeling bad about themselves. And so that's really the idea of called narcissism, which is a bully. Actually, in one of the dictionaries, they have a definition of a bully as somebody who's kind of a blustering, a big shot, as well as somebody who tries to put other people down. And the two will come from the same source, because when we feel low, which means we think that other people think that we're shameful, then we have a need to shame other people. Because it's not fair. Why should other people feel good about themselves while we feel bad? And jealousy is a very powerful subconscious motive, just as vengeance is. Again, vengeance is not fair. Why did you do that to me? So the concept of it's not fair is a very powerful motive. And so to conclude, the information about self that you carry is very, very important. So let me give you 3 things that will help your self-esteem and help you love yourself, because if you love yourself, you can love others. And the first thing that you have to know is that everything that exists has an inner and outer dimension. You have a body, you have a soul. Without the soul, your body is dead. The universe is an outer dimension of an inner being, which is God. And everything has an outer and inner dimension. But the beautiful thing is that ultimately all inner dimensions boil down to God. There has to be a first cause. And so that means that who you really are, and there's an exercise that you can do, it's called Who Are You? And you just keep on going down, down, down. Say, who are you? And you think, oh, I'm this person, but that's external. Get to the level where you can't go any deeper. You'll realize that you're actually God. And that's a very beautiful thing for your self-esteem. And the other thing that we have to realize, so why did God make us all? He made us because there's something greater through the multiplicity. It's like you might have a beautiful color. I love the color purple. It's a regal color. But just a canvas with purple is not that pretty. But take purple and swirl it with a beautiful blue and a beautiful red and a beautiful green. Suddenly you have something extraordinary. And so we all are a color of God. We all shine something special, something unique. Obviously, men have great talents that women don't have, and women have great talents that men don't have. Men's right brains are better than women's, and women's left brains are better than men's. These are very significant differences. I'm not going to go into all the differences. Science has described it in great detail. But obviously, a marriage that has a man that has his qualities and a woman that has her qualities, It's very, very powerful. So we complement each other. All people, all nations, all groups, we all complement. In fact, the world complements. People without trees, we would, God forbid, not have oxygen. They wouldn't have carbon dioxide. We're all in this beautiful web, and we all contribute. And so that's a beautiful thing to realize. And ultimately, and this is a very important thing, the great mistake of Western civilization, I'm not sure if it's based on Roman or Greek, which they're pretty lazy, at least certainly in ancient times, very lazy culture. So, people, you can't get away with kind of doing nothing and feeling good about yourself. The way God made the world is if you do good, you'll feel good. So the short answer to what's the easiest way to have self-esteem, do as much goodness and kindness as you can. And remember, just like you get hungry every day and you have to eat again, your self-esteem needs to be fed all the time through continuous acts of goodness and kindness. Good luck. You can do it. I know it may be hard. It's very often that our society doesn't make us feel great about ourselves, or people made us feel bad. But each person has infinite potential. From the perspective of God, you're infinite. Your soul is infinite. You will live forever, whether it's in this form or another form. And the person you are, the kindness you do, that is the key to feeling good about who you are.